Welcome to the match analysis of LSG versus CSK from Lucknow. The changes to the lineup, I don't think LSG are really going to change how the starting 12 players, but uh, they may be tempted to push Rishabh Pant to three instead of opening and put Nicholas Puran at four, which I still think is acceptable. I don't think there'll be any changes for CSK. Maybe they take Vijay Shankar out and bring in a player instead of him, but I'm not 100% sure who they're gonna bring in place of him. Uh, CSK have to back some sort of a lineup. They cannot keep changing how they're playing 6 games into the season. So the management knows that, and I think they'll continue with the same lineup that they have. So uh, let's assess the conditions. We can see that the average first inning score is 184, the average second inning score is 181, and the average winning score is 194. So matches one batting first is 4, and matches one batting second is 5. So there is some amount of so there's not really a lot of advantage to doing either, but I would still want to bat first if I was either team, to put pressure on the middle order of the other team, because for both teams the middle order has really been a concern. Neither team's middle order has really gotten going this season, and that will really be the the defining quality for the hopes of either team season, how well their middle order performs over the next few league games, and which team's middle order really comes into fruition. So, analyzing the phases, we can see that the first phase is a phase where you have to go hard. 55 for 2 is ideally where you want to be at the end of the first phase. You want to go hard. You need a player who is going to give you that quick start, and another player who's going to play the role of an anchor throughout the game. Uh, there have been 23 wickets to pace, 2 wickets to spin. So there's no advantage to bringing in the spinner during the power play. You have to bowl 6 overs of pace, and ideally maybe a couple more overs into the middle overs. But unfortunately, CSK don't have that luxury. LSG do. So let's wait and watch to see if they choose to push pace into the eighth over. So LSG's main players in this phase are going to be Mitchell Marsh and Aiden Markram. Aiden Markram will play the role of anchor, and Mitchell Marsh will look to get the momentum going. Similarly for CSK, Rachin Ravindra will be the one who's looking to hit, and Devon Conway will play the role of anchor. For LSG, the bowlers will mainly be Avesh Khan and Shazul Thakur. Uh, Both are genuine wicket taking bowlers and can cause trouble for CSK early on. And CSK are also lining up pretty similarly, but uh, here they have a left arm bowler and a right arm bowler in Khalil Ahmed and Anshul Kamboj. Bowling wise, given that there's a bit of help for the seamers initially, I would give a slight edge to CSK, given that Khalil Ahmed's been in very good form. But with the bat, CSK's batters have just not gotten clicking. So LSG have the edge with the bat. So the team which comes out on top in this power play when LSG is batting is really going to determine uh, who's gonna which team is gonna win the power play in both innings. Um, is really going to define how this game is played going forward. In the middle overs, uh, is really going to be a crucial phase in this game. The middle overs, in the middle overs, you will see that it's more of a setting up phase. You can't really go hard. You need to go at a run rate of about 8.3 and over. You need to be scoring 64 for the loss of one or two, ideally for the loss of one, so that you can have the maximum wickets in hand for the last 6 overs. But if you want to get an extra maybe 10 to 15 runs in this phase, you can do it for the loss of a wicket. Uh, so typically, what you will see is that there's 15 wickets to pacers and 22 wickets to spinners. So this is a spin-dominated phase. It's a phase that will suit both the bowlers of both LSG and CSK. CSK have Ashwin, Noor Ahmed, and Jadeja, and LSG have and Digvesh Rathi and Ravi Bishnoi. So both teams are very well equipped for succeeding in this phase. Jadeja and Ashwin have not really been in form while both the LSG bowlers have been firing. Ravi Bishnoi got hit in the previous game, so that may be a concern for them. But I would say that given that Noor Ahmed is in the form that he's in, it evens out through the middle overs for me in both teams. For LSG, the middle order has been a huge concern. Rishabh Pant has not really gotten firing. The highest that he scored so far is a 21 of about 20 balls, which is not sufficient for the requirements in this innings. Ayush Badoni is not really in form, but one player who will be crucial for them is Nicholas Puran. But the fragility in this middle order, given the fact that two out of the three players are not really clicking, means that there's a very good chance that the CSK bowlers can make a huge impact here. For the CSK batsmen, I think this is a phase that will suit them a little bit more. Given that CSK have Shivam Dube, a designated spin hitter who can keep the run rate up, and Vijay Shankar, who's shown a little bit of promise despite being dropped like 35 times over the last two innings that he's played. It does show a little bit of promise that CSK can get through this phase. So I would give a slight edge to CSK through the middle overs, but it's all dependent on how well Nicholas Puran bats today. The last phase is the slogging phase. This is why we said that you want to keep most of the wickets in hand for this phase because you need to be getting 68 or 69 runs in the last 6 overs for the loss of 3 wickets. This is you have to just go all out and slog. This is why if you see LSG have a team with the likes of Ayush Badoni, David Miller, and Abdul Samad. David Miller and Abdul Samad haven't really been tested this year yet, and given that there's been no standout performance for either of them, it's a huge concern for LSG. And the fact that they're facing Matisha Patirana, who's on the back of maybe a bad game against Punjab, but the other 3 games his performances were pretty good, means that there's a lot of pressure on them to do well. Given that they've not really proven themselves this year, it may be a cause for concern for LSG with the bat, but I think CSK are in far more trouble with the bat. They're completely reliant on a 44-year-old MS Dhoni to 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 completely hold down the fort for their big hitting. At least one of the players from the middle overs will join MS Dhoni in this phase alongside Ravindra Jadeja. The experience is the only thing that's carrying CSK through this, but I would still give a slight edge to LSG given the fact that Ayush Badoni has gotten runs which could improve his confidence. David Miller is ever capable, and the 3 overs, apart from those of Matisha Patirana, are looking really weak from Anshul Kamboj and Khalil Ahmed, who are not really great death bowlers. LSG have Shardul Thakur and Avesh Khan, two genuine wicket takers who can really cause a lot of trouble if they pick up a couple of wickets early into the death. And Digvesh Rathi has also been known to come into the death and bowl off the back of a couple of very good performances with the ball. So I would give a slight edge to LSG in this phase. So overall, let's talk about the two win factors. The two win factors will be which team scores more runs in the death and which team loses lesser wickets through the middle overs. So that will determine which team comes out on top. Uh, all said and done, I will give a slight edge to LSG of 51-49, but I'm really, really hoping that CSK come through and win this game as a CSK fan. But as a person who's analyzing the game, I cannot bring bias into this. So that was the video. I hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.